Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Villains Jumpchain, Land of Heroes. What? Shit. Why is it not? Oh, there you go. Alright.
Mallet here.
Yeah, so today we're here with Roasted, Rogue, Burnett, and not Malachi because he is currently sick. Hopefully not too sick, but he might be here next week, so we'll see a couple of things. I'm still fiddling with my sound system, so hopefully this time I sound a little bit better than I did last episode, but we shall see. So, last episode you guys tried burning down the forest multiple times. The forest has not burned down. It's quite sturdy. It's very, very sturdy. Also, most of the fairies are using earth magic in order to basically quell the fires before they can really get too rampant, which is remarkably difficult. Also, they're giving you shelter because they're nice, and you're burning their forest down. Good job, guys.
Yeah. Well, I stopped after. I think just the other few days ago, I was just in a bad mood, and I need to slaughter it.
I only burned one tree, and that was to cook all the centipedes I killed with the tree.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so last episode you guys also murdered a bunch of creatures while Mal was not with you guys.
Yeah, I believe we punt kicked him all the way to no, Azul punt kicked him to the side of the map, which we could have used him in the last battle.
Yeah, you guys really could have. You know, it's not like, you know, you got shunked in the chest frame by your own weapon or anything, you know?
Yeah.
Not like you.
Well,
not,
the guy got
blood
that one guy got
stains.
what was coming to him, so.
Yeah, you have blood stains on your face from him slapping you with his stump of an arm.
Yeah.
So
Now,
the spooky, scary portion of this forest is, by its definition, spooky and scary. And the not so spooky and scary portion of the forest is actually really nice. You notice that a lot of the fairies and whatnot are actually using a form of blue magic, more or less. That they basically learn from the humans that are around them and are using some of the magic that they learn to heal you guys and move around a couple of stuff. So it's really fascinating how the fairies, and this is the only portion of the entire map, by the way, that's not in the center, that is actually non-hostile to humans for the most part. Yeah, and it's just a really nice place. It's a really nice place. It's really peaceful. It smells not unlike burning wood, but you know, more or less it just smells like a forest. And there are giant centipedes randomly running around near the outside of the forest, which is terrifying because they're several tens of feet long. If you have never seen a centipede up close,
in the last fight.
Huh?
true.
Yeah.
All right.
The last fight I actually did something.
I know, right? You actually were, you know, competent. Talking.
So now I guess we go deeper into the forest now.
I mean, you guys are welcome to if you wish.
Well, we're gonna have to get to the area, the wasteland area, the Dark Fey area, because that's where we got to go, right?
Yep, pretty much. So if we go out to the back map here, let me zoom in a little
And also,
bit.
before that, can we stock up on healing crystals?
Yeah. So you all have your healing crystals and whatnot back with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So you all have your stuff back. If I could just delete that shit. I know. I see him. Boop. There we go. But anyway, so you guys are currently in this section of the forest at the moment. It's more or less a straight shot to the evil, dark, fairy realm of death and destruction and whatnot, which you guys found the very entrance of. It was painful. It was a hellish existence, and there were very mean creatures. Would you guys like to continue going deeper into the forest of doom?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, that's what we're here for. Right?
Yeah. Technically, you guys are here for the whatchamacallit, the orb thing, I guess, the star pendant thing that you guys are looking for. You guys can talk to the inhabitants of the forest, though. There are several fairies around. There are several humans around. Most of which look like they know the area pretty well. So you guys are welcome to talk to them if you wish to.
I try to get some information and talk to some of the locals. So.
Okay.
At least
So-
I protected this house.
Yeah. So inside that place, let me just remove Malachi's character from this. Beep. Inside of this area, for the most part, there are several humans. Let me just put that and then put down who do I want you guys to talk to today. We'll go with this guy because he looks semi-non-intimidating. Semi-non. You know, he looks like an asshole.
Those eyebrows, though.
Yes, those eyebrows will
Eyebrow.
pierce your heart and soul. A bad joke. Don't
When
worry
they
about
do
it.
sharp enough.
It'll pierce your ever loving existence. Okay, so you guys are currently inside of the town. You're mingling, if that is a word that I can say properly. Mingling with the inhabitants of the area, and you do see this guy. He's currently working, kind of like a food stand of sorts as he sees you.
Mhm.
Hello, travelers. Welcome to our new, our little area. I see you got into a fight recently. You may be warned, there are giant caterpillars and centipedes and spiders. Spiders are really annoying. They're like spiders.
We
First, I've heard
found
about spiders, but
very
a bunch
scary.
of giant ants and a centipede.
Oh yeah,
so
the ants are pretty fun, you know. Once you get past their horrifying insides, outsides, once you get past everything about them, they start to be a little bit more fun.
yeah,
you
I
just
had
have
one
to ignore all
attacking
of
me
them.
while I beat the. Well,
okay, fun as in
Fun as in they'll eat you.
that's what I was expecting. Okay.
Yeah, they're very mean, but they're fun. They're fun to deal with, especially once you rip their heads off and they start running around like headless chicken. It's terrifying.
I have to keep that in mind. So, do you have any
Anyways,
help
what
with
you
advice for
travelers
us?
doing?
Oh, well, we're looking. What are we looking for again?
we're looking for the guardian of the thing.
Oh yes, the
The
guardian
key.
of this kingdom.
Oh, the guardian of the forest. Yes, we do have one of those. Yeah, well, we wouldn't really call him a guardian per se. We call him Ilwin because he will win. That it's a pun on his name. He made it because he thought it was funny. He also killed the 6 people who didn't laugh and then turned their insides into outsides. But that's regardless of the point. His name is Ilwin. He's a dark fairy, obviously. He lives deep inside the forests. He's kind of mean. But he's useful. We namely call him the Guardian, not because he actually protects us. Nothing protects us out here. But no, we call him the Guardian because he does experiments on the creatures around. You'll notice this when you discover when you go further in. He does experiments on them. For example, imagine a 50-foot caterpillar. Imagine a 50-foot centipede. Okay, you got that in your head? Take every one of its
fought one of
legs and
those.
replace them with humans. Just human legs.
That's a rather interesting guardian, I should say.
Yeah. But because some of the experiments he does, we've also learned, he points to one of the trees which has a centipede gland on it, that we can actually prevent us from dying. So technically, he helps us, as long as we don't make him mad and we laugh at his jokes. It doesn't come by
Yes.
very often.
Sounds
laugh
like a
very
choice
often.
fellow.
Yes, he's quite, crazy. That's about the best description that you can really use. If you go further in, the forest and whatnot, it shouldn't be too difficult. He does fly around the forest quite often, so you might find him if you just go a little bit in, or you may have to go all the way in. That's what she said. But you just go down the path and whatnot down there. You may find him at one point, or he could be inside one of the neighboring areas. But he doesn't do that very often, unless he's looking for like other creatures to torture. Yeah, most of the dark fairies you may notice enjoy suffering. We don't really know why, nor do they, honestly. We brought one of them into our town at one point, and they just started stabbing themselves to see what it would feel like.
Yeah, I've had an encounter with one of those dark elves, and not really sure what I can make out of them. So
Yeah, they're kind of crazy. They enjoy, understanding how things work in the most sadistic way possible, including themselves. A lot of them tend to, stab themselves. Elwyn does it on other fairies. He's the only one that can. If anybody else does it, they tend to be eaten.
sounds like
You want some bread?
he's a. Yeah, I would. I mean, I'm a little bit
here's
hungry right now, so yeah.
No, here's some bread. It's what I specialize in: bread, limbs. Although they're more animal limbs, but bread, animal limbs.
Okay.
Here's an ant antler. I don't know how I got this.
Okay.
You might be able to use it to stab something. I don't know. Here you go, for your turn.
Maybe. Who knows? Never know what'll be handy.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you just go deeper in the forest, you may find some creatures like spiders or ants or spider ants or spider ant centipedes or maybe fairy ants. Some fairy ants out there. They're like half fairy, half ant, kind of.
Well, at least our journey will be interesting in that aspect.
Yeah. Best of luck to you. If you do die, don't come back. We don't like dealing with zombies here. It's very difficult to heal a zombie, especially when they throw up on you.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I'll make sure they don't die.
Let's just get this over with.
Yeah, might as well. Thank you for the information.
He
Good luck
nods to you.
on your stand.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to sell ant heads. He pulls one up. They look at things.
You want to try and sell some of these centipedes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, give me some. I can. I don't know. Throw at them at people. I don't know. We don't really have money here. Just kind of give back and forth. Maybe I can play a prank on somebody. I can shove this under somebody's bed.
That would be a good prank. Yeah.
It'll probably smell after a while.
See, that's the best part of the prank. Start smelling. They're like, "What's that smell?" And they look on their bed and like, "Oh God, it's a centipede! Jesus criminy!" Well, there's my lunch. Anyways, best of luck to you, travelers. Try not to die. If you do die, have fun. And try not to piss Elwyn off. We don't want him to burn down the forest again.
Don't wait. We'll try our best.
Alright, so I'm assuming you guys now go on to the rest of the forest.
Yes.
I guess so.
Kind of sounding like we're going to do
Let's
these
see
people
what
a little bit of a favor by killing this guy.
Possibly.
I actually stick with them for once.
They seem to regard him as almost a, I suppose the word would be anti-hero of sorts. There's like a lot of banners of him that say, "Stay away from him, but watch what he does, he's useful." And stuff like that. They seem to treat him like, not quite like an evil person, but like a passive-aggressive person that they would like to stab, but can't because he's too useful.
Yeah, and in exchange, he experiments on them.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah. It's what they do, I guess. Alright, so you guys decided to go a little bit deeper in the forest, like you did right here. You can actually see on the ground here, a little bit just on the ground, is actually some dead bodies. Some are carved into multiple pieces. Alright, yeah. Some are carved into multiple pieces. Some have weird animal parts inside of them, on top of them, and covering them. Some of them are just, I don't know, multiple pieces, and some of them are inside of the forest. Like, there's a skull that's wrapped around vines. It's kind of gross.
Smells like home.
A little bit, yeah. Kind of gross. They seem to have been dead for a very long time. Also, this guy's internal organs are all very carefully removed except for his intestines. This guy's intestines, though, are removed. You don't know what was wrong with this guy's. I don't think you want to,
Yeah, I think that kind of question is better left unanswered.
Yeah, you should be. Why you won't be able to?
I haven't been able to the whole time.
Can I roll to see if I notice anything out of the ordinary around?
Oh yeah. I mean, your lag is fantastic. I mean, it keeps screwing you over. So absolutely.
Oh wow.
Oh, that was so
you should
close.
have saved that. You should full
So you
on
do see a
saved
couple
that.
of odd things around the area. Namely, the body parts are very carefully placed. They weren't just like murdered and just flopped down there, except for the dead bodies that you guys put down there, including the centipede and the ant. The centipede though has been torn into, as in like it has been. You know what it's like when like somebody burflies a fish. Like you take the knife, yeah, that's basically what the centipede looks like at the moment for the entire 50-foot length.
That's because I kept freezing it in place.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
quite
yeah.
disturbing. A lot of the plants seem to be almost giving off a fume of sorts, but only extends about a foot in any direction, so not even close to you guys. But it does seem kind of nasty. It might be something that makes people go insane, but who knows? And there do appear to be tracks that lead away from the God damn. That lead away from the centipede all the way towards some kind of weird building in the distance, more or less, that you can see pretty much perfectly. The clouds are not even there. The moon, that you didn't even realize there was a moon, but hey, apparently there's a moon. The moon's in the sky, lighting down a perfect path of brilliance for you all, and somehow you're not being stabbed by anything.
This is
Right
the
here.
first time one of your rolls hasn't screwed one of us over.
Yeah, I
Quite
know,
shocking.
right?
My
It's
character's
good
helping.
feeling, isn't it?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead.
I would try to proceed with caution here because I don't like the way these body parts are placed, or yeah, things just seem off here.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. That's my sensory's 3, remember?
So you can hear things. Let's see. Let me look at you guys' body mods real quick.
Well, my strength and endurance and speed are
Yeah.
and my dexterity.
So Rogue currently has the highest sense at 4, and the most things that you guys tell is that there's not actually any living bodies around you guys for the most part. The centipede is filleted like a fish, which is quite disturbing, but is a thing there. But the moonlit path for the most part seems to be almost guiding you guys forwards, which you guys just assume is because it's a video game and not because Rogue's lag has managed to make the entire world go cuckoo. Yeah, good way this time.
My character just starts walking on because he's just like.
Well,
Remember, he can see with his puppet as well. He can see things as well.
You can see most of the dark, especially since it's now layer. I'm assuming that both of you guys follow him as well.
yeah, we do, since it's the only logical way out of this place. So
That's true. Do you check on the filleted centipede, or are you just leaving that thing be because it starts to smell?
Let me check. I apparently checked on it.
All right. Well,
Say
its
about
insides
parts,
are
cooked.
removed. It looks like a hollow centipede. It's so perfectly removed, by the way, that it looks like, you know, Operation? It looks like someone did that on this centipede.
I can cook it then. I'm carrying it with me.
You're carrying a filleted 50-foot centipede with you.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's making a lot of noise. It sounds like you're dragging a 50-foot centipede.
oh, yeah.
I don't care.
As you guys get even farther, there is a campfire here, actually, as well, that you guys notice is pretty much
like
unattended for the moment. You can, in fact, cook your centipede on this fire. It also looks like it's
I
made of
don't
multiple
do.
people. Doesn't smell that
That's-
great.
I don't care. I'm
That's
cooking.
that's not ominous at all.
Yeah, totally not. You guys do notice with your sense, specifically you two with your sense. Burnett, you don't really notice anything, but you are cooking a giant centipede in a fire regardless. But oops, you know, don't really notice much. But you guys do notice that there is a person who is just a little distance away from y'all. Probably the person who started the fire, because it's very hot. Burnett is showing you guys how hot it is by burning a centipede on it.
Mm.
Do you guys call
I'm
out to him?
purposely roasting it above the fire.
Well, you know. You're showing how hot the fire is. Hopefully not by touching it.
No.
Yeah. So you guys call out to the person in the distance, or you just don't wait for him to come back?
I'm just gonna just stand and watch.
That's fair. What are you gonna do, Rogue? You're currently watching a
Oh.
man burn a filleted, gutted centipede on a fire.
I'm gonna look around again just to make sure nothing out of the ordinary is around. Well,
Yeah, okay. Roll a d20.
other than the fire.
Rope
So I could-
ladders.
See if I can notice anything about the guy that's standing in the distance.
Yeah, okay. Roll that d20. You can kind of you notice that he does have wings. He's a little bit smaller than a lot of the fairies that you noticed. He's not pixie though. He looks to be almost elf height, but with wings. Kind of similar to the dark fairy that you fought before, but he seems to be a lot nicer than the dark fairy. Namely because he's not stabbing anything at the moment.
Yeah.
You do notice, though, on his wings, he does seem to have stitches. So it seems like either somebody sewed them up recently, or he got really injured during a battle, or something of that sort. He's also wearing a lab coat, which is the only being you've seen so far who's worn most types of clothing that isn't forest-related.
I wonder, can I try talking to him?
He's in the distance, so you can call out to him if you wish to.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to call out to him, see what he does.
Okie dokie. As you call out to him, he only kind of hears you. Like you see him like look around, like there's something called him. He's like, huh. Before he looks back at his campfire one night, he's like, you found Big Bertha. I was wondering where she was. I got her recently. As the fairy, my sister drew this picture, by the way, just so y'all aware. If you guys have seen the heroes,
So
one as
tiny
well.
and green-haired.
If you guys have seen the heroes videos, you also see the other 3 pictures my sister has drawn. But this, I'm enlarging it so you guys can see. Sorry, my mouth keeps double clicking. But this is basically what he looks like. This is, again, a picture of my sister's creation, so that's cool. But yeah, that's essentially what it looks like. As I said, the wings have stitches across them, as well as his face. As he gets closer, you can see that his face and most of his shown body parts, his arm, his neck, all have stitches laying across them. Some of them look fresh, some of them look very old, some of them look like scar tissue, some of them look like he just ripped his flesh off. He looks kind of like Frankenstein, but worse and creepier. And also, I don't know, majestic.
Would you like some of the centipede to eat?
No, thank you. I don't eat centipedes. I eat mostly fairies, honestly. It's been kind of a diet lately. Meat is very nice for you, but not centipede meat. Those things can typically give you hallucinations. Did you know that if you eat too much centipede meat, you will actively go crazy because of the amount of dopamine in your head? And then you'll think of other people. And then you'll die. Mostly because you'll kill yourself.
For telling us. Thank you for telling us that. I did not know that at least.
Oh yeah, no problem. Your friend here might die soon. If he does, can I have his body?
It sounds like a toxin. I'm fine.
Yeah, he's kind of an odd fellow there. You think he'd die for me, but I don't think he will.
Well,
It
I haven't
sounds
seen
like
your kind
poison,
here.
so
I haven't seen your kind here, and I've been here for many years. You all seem like interesting fellows, although I imagine you're from the Centerlands, which, not a lot come from the Centerlands. There was one person that came from the Centerlands, though. He came and personally greeted me, and then he poked me with a stick. Actually, I think it may have been a sword. I'm not entirely sure. Things get fuzzy.
So
may
you've
I
heard of him?
hug you?
Wait, hug him?
Yes.
I would rather not be hugged, thank you. I have multiple swords on me, most of which will go inside of you, and then your liver will be in my hands. Wonder if I can use it. What's your liver like?
Unable to be poisoned.
Useful. Wonder if I can concoct an antidote for all living poisons from that. Would you mind if I ripped into your stomach, pulled out your liver, and then studied it for the next week?
Would a blood sample work better?
Nah, I would need your actual liver. I might have to taste it too. I wonder what it would taste like.
No. You can get all of that info from a blood test.
Nah,
actually.
you see, I have to take the liver, and then I have to cut the liver into pieces. Then I have to work out how it actually functions, and why it functions differently from other
And
livers.
now I
Then I have to
walk
taste
away.
it. It's like, well, apparently you don't like liver tasting. Alright. I also do that with spleens. They taste better. They taste worse, though. Spleens are weird. Have you ever tried, like,
The
taking a
person
spleen in your
beside
hands and
me
then
is
squeezing it like a
pretty
balloon?
Interesting. So you might have more fun with him. He's
Oh,
been through
yeah,
a
well,
lot.
he seems like a nice fella. How you doing? You know, I don't see your kind here very often. Usually it's just fairies or pixies or giant ants, cockroaches, spiders.
Whose character is he talking to?
Rogues at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
spiders.
taken a few mountains to
spleens.
the face.
You can survive mountains? Do you mind if I study your face? You may have like super strong bones or something, and if I take your bones and turn them into a powder, I might be able to apply that to other people and make their faces strong.
Hmm.
I think we just heard about you.
Rogue, are you there?
Can Rogue not heroes? Hi, Rogue. Rogue.
Rogue.
Oh, I think his mic just got out.
Rogue, your mic.
Bananas?
Yeah, you're still in the call. Oh, maybe he couldn't hear us.
Could be.
I'll be right back.
Why was I not notified?
Oh, hi, Rogue. Hi, Rogue.
Let me.
Can you hear us?
It's not saying
Zan,
it's on
that's
server mute.
Ew.
Maybe his send is acting up? Maybe we have to swap to that group call?
No idea. I mean, I think he's gonna say something.
Rogue, are you there? Text.
Oh, he is.
He's
texting
texting.
Jumpchain. His Discord's doing some weird shit. Do we need to teabag Discord? Do we need to, like, take it and, like, squeeze it like a piñata? Back into the recording. Make sure it's recording. It is recording. Alright. Sorry about
Okay,
that,
sweet.
folks. His microphone and Discord decided
Yeah,
to
we
screw
had
up.
some technical difficulties on my end, but
All right.
they seem to
Damn
resolve
you,
themselves now. So,
All right.
Discord.
Let's start where we left off. What were you saying to Rogue?
I would. What was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask him. So this guy that created you. Do you know more on him?
Oh, the guy who created me? What are you talking? No one creates me. Are you kidding me? All this stuff I do myself. See these wings?
Huh.
They're nice, aren't they?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
My
it's,
character-
dude, you talked about a guy that poked you with a sword.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
guy,
he's
yep.
particularly angry because I stabbed him.
Are you
Several
Ilwin?
Yes, how'd you know? Yeah. My reputation precedes me, I assume.
My
I
character.
was trying to remember your name.
Was
Sorry.
that Roasted?
My character's just sitting next to the tree and just not giving a damn.
He's like, yes, I am Ilwin. I suppose technically I'm protector of this forest. At least he pulls out a little pendant. This little pendant tells me I am. He puts back into his shirt. But mostly I just think of myself as a scientist that works around murder. At least, well, it's not really murder if they're crazy to begin with and you just rip off their heads. You know, I don't count that as murder. You guys count that as murder? I don't think it's murder. I think it's just being a nice guy. Pulling them out of
Not
their
really.
misery.
I kick a dude that's like that all the time. I also
Yeah.
throw him a lot.
Yeah, you take off their head and then you pull out their brain and you see what happens when you squish it like a pineapple.
Well, the issue with that is he kinda doesn't stay dead.
Oh, that would be an issue. Well, in that case, you take out their heart and see how it keeps beating.
That doesn't work either, sadly.
No.
It
Sounds
would
like a
just take him
fascinating
out of
person
this
to
world
study.
and we'd have to deal with him in another world.
Yeah, true.
My character's just not even paying attention.
Like, so, what are you guys doing with my campfire? Besides, roasting Big Bertha into... I don't know how you're going to eat all that possibly. I mean, that's like 50 feet of food. How's your stomach work?
Oh.
Can I take out your stomach?
No.
Personally, I have an issue with that, but well,
I just feed it to the village people.
Oh, those people are nice. Except when they don't laugh at my jokes. They're so mad.
yeah,
Yeah,
we've
we hear
heard
about
those
that.
stories.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I have a joke for you.
Yes.
All right, what happens, right? When, what's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman?
What's
They're
the difference?
snowballs.
Okay, that
You had
was
that
actually
one.
kind of funny. So,
Oh, thank you. You see, true genius. You know, we one of a kind here. You know, I like you. I won't take out your spleen.
My character's just sighing and just.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I may take out his spine though. I wonder how it works. Do you have a
Wait,
good
whose
spine,
spine?
sir?
whose? Mine
No,
or
Rusty's.
his?
Yeah.
Ah,
Do you have a good
well,
spine, sir? I mean, it seems to hold you up, right? You know, it might be connected to some weird ligaments. Wonder if I take out your spine, if I can find
Personally,
your
I've
spine.
smacked him with a few trees.
uh-huh.
You can
Yeah,
survive
it
being
was,
smacked by a
does-
tree? Impressive. Do you have an
what
arrow
is this?
skeleton?
Wait, what's this character's name?
Ilwyn.
Hilwin. Does Hilwin sense anything strange about me?
He is a scientist for the most part, so not particularly. He's mostly focusing on the physical aspects of you, unless like your eyes have changed or something. He's mostly just like looking, like,
Well,
"Do you
my
have a
eyes are not
pulse?"
really normal. They're not even human. Remember, they're like cat's eyes
Oh, yeah,
kind of
right.
thing.
He's like, your skeleton is very fascinating. Do you have an arrow skeleton? Ooh, you have prey eyes. Wonder how those see. Do you mind if I take them out?
Hey, Ilwyn,
Yes.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes. Does it involve your spleen?
No.
All right, ask away.
How do you do in cold temperatures?
It depends for the most part. You know, I have not really experienced. I have not like
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. Well, I haven't really been to the Frost region lately, so I haven't really gotten many of their insides inside of me yet. So not too well, I would say. I probably can, get through a little bit of Sub-Zero temperatures, but it's a little bit difficult for me.
Would
So-
you like to run a test on that?
Depends. Can I have your spleen?
No.
Then no.
Question. So
Yes.
I have one question for you. You're the protector of this realm, right? And we need your pendant, right?
More or less. I mean, this pendant was already given to me by kind of like an assholic human. Kind of like you guys. Oh, except for you, he points at Rogue. You're kind of nice. I like your brain.
Thank-
I'll let you keep it
thank
for
you.
now.
So I said, so how about this? Can you give us the pendant for now? And I don't know. We'll come back later.
Hmm.
I watched them get their butts handed to them by the fire guy.
Well, you
we already
see-
defeated the crap out of him anyway.
Well, the fire
I
guy
mainly
was kind of an
stood
idiot.
on
You
the
see, the way
sideline.
that he worked was he prioritized honor above all else. If you didn't attack him, he wouldn't attack you. I specialize
respected
in
him for
ripping
that.
people apart and pulling their insides into different insides. For example, he pulls off his shirt, lab coat, I would say, and he grabs what looks to be a stitch along his chest and pulls open his chest to reveal like 6 hearts. I have multiple hearts.
Why?
It's one of the
does
grossest things that you guys have ever seen.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
That is
Same time
interesting.
surprising.
Yeah, you see, he puts back his chest frame. It's like, you see, the way that you become a scientist is very simple. A, you study things. B, you take them apart. C, you put them back together. And D, you find out how you work and then you put things inside of you. Fascinating. Right?
That's not science.
Of course it's
That's
science. You
that's
know? How do
unique
you work
style.
with 6 hearts? For example, I think a lot faster than most other people. Also, I have redundancies. If you stab me in my heart, most people just die. If you die, what science will you do? So I have multiple hearts. So if you guys stab me in my
Excuse me,
heart, I
Logan.
don't die.
Well, how about this? Are the dark fairies kind of annoying you, or like, are you wanted to experiment on them or something?
I like experimenting on anything. For example, he points over to the corner, which you guys see. Yeah, what looks to
Absolutely
be
nothing?
a spider that has ant legs, and then the top half of it looks kind of like a mixture between a horse, a human, a tree, and what looks to be part of a barn, as it's now currently convulsing and moving around. I was playing around with that earlier, though I'm not entirely sure how I managed to fit the horse in there. Huh.
Well, how about this?
I would have been asking about the barn.
I'll make you I'll make you a what is it? What is the saying? Like a favor for a favor kind of thing?
An eye for an eye. I take that literally, though.
I'll do an eye for an eye then. Is there anything that you really want to experiment on in this forest anyway? Besides us.
Let's see. There is a fairy rather deep inside this forest who's been kind of a bother for a little bit. You see, she's a really sweet girl, and by sweet, I mean she keeps trying to stab me because I keep trying to experiment on her friends. Turns out, when you try to take someone's head off and then use their brain in a jar to see what happens when you stab it, your friends don't really like that. She's a really mean kind of girl, kind of sweet though, so if you really interact with her, you can kind of find out some stuff about her. I want to discover how her spleen will work if I put it inside of her stomach.
Then how about this? We'll get you the spleen, and in return, you give us the pendant.
Okie dokie. Give me her body, alive or dead. If she's alive, she'll scream more. And I'll give you this pendant. I don't really need it anyways. Although, if the assholic douchebag that gave me this pendant comes to you guys, slap him for me. He was really annoying. He found me at one point and said, "You are the protector of this forest. You will protect my legacy." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck you." And he was like, "I will stab you and then take away all of your hearts." And I said, "Okay, fuck you." And he was like, "Could you just please take this thing?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And he was like, "Good, you're now under my control." And I'm like, "Okay, well, fuck you."
So you let him live?
I didn't really have a choice. He was in like 7 tons of armor. If I tried to get through that armor, I probably would have died before I could saw through it. Although I do wonder what his body looks like.
That's interesting, yeah.
All right. So
What
is
was
it
the
deep in
body
the
looks
dark
like
forest
exactly?
area?
Yeah. If you kill him, by the way, please do bring me his insides. I'm really curious on how his brain functions. He's apparently been alive for almost longer than we have. Also, if you find anything inside of other places that are of particular interest, do please bring them back to me. I would love to study them.
So
And I may not
the
take your brains.
centipede.
Oh, the centipedes? Yeah, well, the centipede you can have. I already stole its insides. I don't care. Its fangs were
Well,
really
I
useful,
was
by the
going
way,
to
if you stab
ask-
people.
I was
All
actually
right.
going to ask why you called it Big Bertha.
Oh, because I raised it since it was a little egg. I wanted to find out what would happen if I put in some growth hormones into it for about 20 years. Turns out, it got big.
Yeah, it definitely got big, yeah.
Yeah. He
Did it
reaches into his
sustain any
pocket
damage?
and pulls out a massive brain. This is its brain!
Huh.
It doesn't
Uh,
taste that good, by the way. He puts it
so
back
did-
into his slimy pocket.
So, Ilman,
Yes.
how was Big Bertha's insides? Were they any frosty or frozen or anything?
They were a little bit frostbitten. I was kind of surprised by it. That's why I didn't really touch its legs or anything. Like, its heart, for example, almost kind of stopped a little bit. It was also cut in pieces. I'm assuming you guys had something to do with it. A little bit difficult to track its progress when it's frozen, which is why I sliced it into pieces. But, all for the name of glory. You never really know what happens with science, so if you guys murder the crap out of it, it means I get more to explore.
Exactly, yeah. That's the good thing about science, that every result is a result, good or bad.
Yeah.
True.
I like brains, including mine. He points to multiple entry, like multiple stitches on his head. I've opened it up multiple times.
Yeah,
Turns out you have a moral center. If you remove your moral center, you have no morals.
Ah, I see, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, have fun trying to kill her. She's kind of mean, and if she expects that you're going to try to kill her, she may shoot you, or stab you, or just step on your balls with a very pointy stiletto. I had to
That's
replace
good
mine.
to...
Several
That's good to
times.
know.
What if we knock her out and bring her to you?
I mean, if she's still alive, she gets to scream more. It's always fun to
she'll
see
be
what
alive.
happens when you poke someone's brain when they're alive. Turns out if you stab a certain part of their brain, their leg explodes. It doesn't
So-
actually
Huh.
explode, it just starts wiggling around a lot, but if you put it next to a
Oh.
tree, it'll bash itself into destruction. Yeah.
So, what's your name if we're going to go find her?
Well, her name is Lizzie the Third of the Nachrachik tribe. I doubt you can actually say that, so just call her Lizzie.
Lizzie. Okay, good, good,
Yeah,
good.
she
And
looks
where
like
can
an
I find
elf.
this Lizzie?
Well, she looks like an elf that's covered in I suppose fall colors for you humans. So just go down the path a little bit, turn to the right. If you don't walk into anything suspicious, you may find her inside one of the nearby villages. I don't tend to go over there because she shoots me, and I have to replace something. Do you know how hard it is to replace a heart? I have to go find a human in town, rip out their insides, find an actually working heart. You'd be surprised how many of them have some kind of weird disease in their heart, and then I have to apply it to myself. You know how hard that is, especially when you're trying not to get eaten by things. Man, it's annoying. It's
Yeah.
a process.
I can imagine.
Although it could take a few hours to remove the disease, but usually by then it would be pretty useless.
Yeah, the hearts don't really work after that point, I mean, I could potentially start making it beat again, but usually I just take a sledgehammer too after that point. It's very fascinating to watch how a heart explodes. Kind of messy, though.
Yeah, okay.
If you didn't hit it with a sledgehammer, you could potentially have 10 hearts instead of 6.
True. Well, it's more fun to watch a heart explode when it has disease. I don't do it with healthy hearts, though, because, healthy hearts go inside of me. But, diseased hearts and whatnot, I either feed them to my pets. You may have noticed some of them. I think you killed some of them. Like Big Bertha, for example. Or I make them explode.
The 2 big
Yeah, the ants. Jim and Jerry. I hate them. Thank you.
Yeah, the weirdo over there with the demonic sword is the reason those 2 are dead.
Ooh, that's a pretty sword. But I don't really care about weapons. Weapons don't really have as much intrigue as the lives behind the flesh that you have. For example, my arm is from a person I murdered. He points to the stitch around his arm. I murdered them because they were crazy. They were like a hobo, but not. But they had a really nice arm.
Okay.
Yeah. They also stabbed me in one of my hearts. I figured that if you're gonna take something of mine, I'll take something of yours. For example, if you ever cross me, I will take your brain. And your spinal cord. And possibly your entire nervous system.
So I guess we'll go get the spleen and whatever, and then in return you give us that pendant. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Pretty okay. That's pretty much what I've heard. So yeah.
All
How
right.
many livers do you
back
have?
alive.
I mean,
Yeah,
livers
okay.
do I have? Well, that's a good question. Well, let me just, he starts, like, feeling around his stomach. I think that's, 4. Wait. He pokes one. That one's busted. 3.
Ah,
I should have replaced that. Oh, well, who cares?
I'm pretty sure you'll find some donors in that.
My
He really
character's
does.
my character's body starts hurting.
Mhm. Like, your body is hurting.
No, it's just, but it gives off a dark aura effect. Remember the
Uh-huh.
fight from the Fire Lord kind of thing?
Oh, yeah. It's like, ooh, your body is interesting. A little bit magical. I wonder what kind of magic you have. I wonder if I took off your arm, if it would increase or decrease. Would it increase or decrease if I stabbed you in the heart? Or if I just poked your heart?
I don't know. I particularly don't know. It only happened during when I fought the Fire Lord. I lost all sense of control. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I became a raging beast.
Oh. Sounds like you have a fascinating brain. He pulls out a knife. Can I touch it?
Maybe
Till
later.
then,
Okay, cool. I ask first for sentient beings that I have
Well, we'll have to
semi-positive feeling towards.
Well, we will have to see if it's probably my soul or I don't know, my heart. I don't know. But when this is all over, if you want to, just make sure you do not try to like cut me open and all that.
Oh, I won't kill you. I've studied most humans. I don't know what you are, but I'll study you as well, and I'll put you back together again. I probably won't take out your eyes. You know, they're very pretty, but I have my own. They don't work very
I'm
well,
pretty
but they do
sure
work
that
very well. Like cats.
I'm pretty sure Big Bertha was smarter than him.
Big
next
Bertha
thing I
is
know,
nice.
he's gonna. I mean, next thing I know, he's gonna experiment with a T virus next time.
Oh, is that?
Oh, do you by any chance still have Big Bertha's eyes? I don't think I removed them. I was thinking of using them for my own at one point.
Well, I didn't cook the head. You're free to check.
Ah, sweet. He just like sits down and starts playing with the skull of the Big Bertha. All interest in you guys is lost at this point, by the way.
Okay, well.
All right, so where's this creature at? And we'll head over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, whoops. Why won't you drag? You shit. There we go. I'll put you guys back here. I really like this map. I don't know why. I think it's just like the weird orb right here. I don't know why. It's just a fascinating orb or something. But anyway, so you guys...
I went over and licked it.
Yeah, I still don't know how you are still, you know, alive at this
Clean-blooded.
point. That's fine. So Rogue, do you decide to brace the powers of the deities and look around once more?
Yeah, I will. I mean, judging from
Alright.
that guy, yeah, I might as well. Don't know what else is out there.
Wow. This
So,
is
yeah.
the only time I think I've ever seen you roll really good rolls.
Yeah,
know.
it's like it's weird, isn't it?
Quite shocking. So you look around a little bit, and shockingly, you don't see any flying pigs. You don't see the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You don't see zombies rising from the ground of the dead corpses that you're staring at. For the most
Always a
part,
good
you
thing.
just see a very nice house in the distance that's covered with vines and whatnot. Probably part of a small town that you would imagine. And there are quite a few people, kind of fairies wandering around. They don't seem quite like dark fairies, but they're definitely more fairy-ish, I suppose. Some of them have kind of like a green. They look like forest elemental fairies, basically. Some of them look like
Okay.
spring. Some of them look like fall, etc. You do notice 2 of them specifically. We're just gonna put them on top of the dead people here, you know. Or put inside the forest. This is a really pretty one. I kind of like this one. And then this is the fall one that you assume Elwyn was talking about. They also have
Okay.
very nice boots. One of them has a very long stiletto inside of it, which you assume was used in order to stab him in the nuts. But you're not quite sure if it's the same one.
So is the other the big one here, the one that we're supposed to kill?
Oh, that's her. Yeah. There are several of them, though. There's also a couple of fairy rangers as well. But yeah, this is the chick that you guys are supposed to find. And they are inside of a little house. Let me put actually a hut over there real quick. Let me just type in huts.
So this is like so these are the dark fairies.
More or less. These look to be forest elemental fairies of sorts. But you assume that he was talking about these fairies as the dark ones. They seem to be inhabiting most of the dark forest for the most part. But yeah. Pretty much any fairy that lives in the dark area would be counted as a dark fairy. So you imagine these ones would be considered as well. But yeah, so you do see them, and they're kind of conversing with each other. This one is a bow that she used to keep picking off random small creatures in the distance. And these 2 are just kind of conversing with each other about something or another. It's a very small hut. But it's a nice place.
Well,
So
shall we
I
introduce
guess,
ourselves?
So can I do something very quickly? Do they notice us?
Well, the fairy ranger does. She does not seem to initiate introduction with the other 2. She just kind of walks off as they are conversing. Will you just fucking drag? Jesus Christ. As she walks up to your group. Why, hello there. You don't seem as crazy as most of the other beings in this forest do, so I won't kill you on sight. How are you today?
We are doing pretty good. Thank you for asking.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
Can I save that for the attack or nah?
It depends on what you were doing. Yeah, usually
I
I,
was
I
going-
want you guys to, like, tell me what you're doing, then roll. But, just to make
well,
that easy.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
It's my point. For now, we'll save it. But if you guys want to do rolls and stuff, be sure to have, like, something you're doing before you roll. Just make it a little
Okay,
easier
so I'll
for
save
you.
that for a critical, I guess.
Yeah, we'll save it for whatever your next action is, basically. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you do see her. She like walks up to you, Gru. She's like, "So, what are you all doing here?"
Oh, we're just
Not
looking
getting
for.
distracted in your eyes.
You know.
Aw, thank you.
I'm
I'll be
sorry
sure to
about this.
remove yours later.
Oh.
My character pulls out his sword and says, "Sorry, we're gonna need you to step aside."
Aw, you're so
It's just.
sweet.
I
You
think
seem much nicer than the usual person who comes to try to kill us. Either way, my arrow will be in your inside soon. Have fun.
So can I roll that to attack her?
Yeah, you're welcome to. Though we should probably roll initiative. All right,
Alright.
I
that's
really suck with initiative.
Ooh,
As a
17. That's
lovely
actually better.
Uh,
all right.
Okay.
Let
I mean,
me
it's better than my last initiative.
posted. Jesus Christ,
19.
Rogue.
wow, I'm doing good. I don't know. Wow, okay.
You're
I'll take that.
rolling some really nice numbers here. And
Hey, I went up
then-
by 3
All right,
from my
so
last
now
initiative.
it is now
Initiative,
the enemy's turn.
initiative. 15, 12, and 8.
There's only one that goes after me.
I think you should increase their health a little bit, to be honest, dude.
Yeah, okay, I'll put up to 10. We'll
Why
see,
not go
we'll
up to
see.
10 or 11, 10 or 10 or something for each of them, because
You
it'll be a little
cocky
bit too.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, we'll put up to 10. See what happens with it. See how strong we make these. Again, the health for the most part, for the viewers who are wondering, is very, I based on what I see, basically. They're very off the cuff health, because while I have tested this extensively, the health always seems to change for some reason. Also, the fact that you guys don't have 4 people makes this a lot more difficult
Mhm.
to mostly add the health.
All right, so I guess
15,
so I
12.
guess I can attack before I have to leave in just a minute.
Yep. We'll have you attack in just a second.
Of course, it has to be the freaking grass one.
Yep. There we go. Okay. Rogue, is now your turn. If you want to do it rather quickly, so
Okay.
Roasted can hit before you skip.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to sneak around because I don't want to engage them just yet. So
And you also haven't tried stabbing them yet, so doesn't seem
I
like
haven't.
they...
No. That's why I'm trying to be a little stealthy here.
Let's see. You do not have aggro, so you can in fact stealth around. And as you are stepping around, you do feel a weird tug at your leg as you are now stepping near some of the vines. So that's unpleasant.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah.
does he attack him or nah?
Depends on what he wants to do. You're currently being held down by some vines that are surrounding you at the moment. So if you want, you can try to get out of there and attack her. But if you fail that, you won't be able to get out of the vines. Or you can just
I'm
spend
just
a
gonna-
turn getting out the vines.
I'm just trying to spend a turn getting out of the vines. So
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Oh
You
wow!
do in fact manage to get out of the vines. It doesn't seem to be particularly strong hold on you because you noticed it so quickly. So you managed to like kind of cut off with all your stuff. She doesn't even seem to be paying much attention to you because you just stepped in a bunch of tentacles essentially. So why should she care?
exactly.
All right.
All right, rest is your turn. That is with your 20.
Yep. So I'm going to let me see how much damage I roll.
Wow.
Um,
Oh wow.
instant death. I guess.
That's an instant
God.
murder right there.
Yeah.
So which
so
one are
I
you taking
guess,
down first?
This one.
So yeah, I just take out my sword and I say, "Sorry about this, friend." He pulls out his sword and powers it up with fire energy or whatever,
Mhm.
black aura. I don't fucking care anymore at this point. And I zip straight over to her like Sonic the Hedgehog and just stand in front of her and just slice her down in half.
Jesus Christ. You notice a very shocked look on her face before her two halves fall to the side. Both
Yeah, I
halves, by
just
the way,
say-
look shocked.
I just say good night.
Jesus. So you do notice that these elves have now noticed you murdering their flying friend as the I'm gonna call them Fall and Forest, Elf 1 and 2. So Fall looks at you like, you killed sweet little Lily. You're a jerk.
Do I
Jackass.
care?
Let's see. She does have a bow, and that is enough to hit you. So she is going to shoot you in the side. Whoops. All right, I forgot that thing rolls twice. Anyway, she's going to shoot you in the side for 4 damage. Her arrow is about as pointy as her stilettos. Very annoyingly pointy. All right, Burnett, it is now your turn.
All right, 2 minutes and I go.
Yep.
Alright.
It's your turn.
Oh,
God
nice.
damn.
I am finally going to do something.
You got 2 hot fairy chicks in front of you.
I am going to walk over here with a tree. And I am going to smack her
Good job.
into her.
Alright, roll damage. Alright, you deal 4 damage to this one and knock the other one off. Nice 4. Slam her into her, knocking her slightly off balance. Can she recover her balance? No! As they both fall to the floor, hitting the floor rather hard. Book. Kinky. Alright, Rogue, is now your turn. As the 2 are on top of each other, and her bow is currently on the other one's, I don't know, chest, ribs, stomach, some area like that. You do manage to get out of the vines, though, so you aren't dangerous.
I just kind of like how you two kind of just go in, all guns blazing.
It's just like, oh, they're decent
I s-
people. Let's murder them.
I swear, I think I was like a Kuma during that thing.
I know, right?
I mean,
Just like,
it
you're such
kinda
a nice
all went out the
person.
window.
Die.
And I just killed her. Like, am I evil?
Hey, I'd say so, yeah.
I think all
you're
of
evil.
you are.
I mean,
Except for
he
maybe
kind
Rogue.
of threw all of that out the window as soon as he killed the first one.
Well, we're after her spleen. There's no negotiations for that.
I know.
Can I take you apart? What? Can I take you apart? No. Alright, you're dead now.
All right,
alright.
so it's Rogue's turn. Go ahead.
Okay, so what?
And
Oh,
after
Could
I'll
try
roll one last
burning
time,
them.
and I'm done.
okay.
I mean, he could burn both of them at once.
Could light them on fire, you
they're
could
right-
just
Oh,
stab them.
I would
Torture.
probably, you know what? Screw it. Since everyone else is attacking him, I'll attack him with the fireball. So
Okay. So roll your damage. See whether or not you can hit them or if they will dodge out of the way before they burn to death. They both
They
dodged
dodged.
out of the way. Oddly enough, the green one actually goes on top of the fall one and grabs the fall one's bow. But it is now Roasted's turn.
All right, last roll. I'll make it count.
God damn.
What? What's happening?
oh wow.
Alright, the green one is on top, though, so that's the only one that you can actually hit at the moment. If you like to roll damage, alright.
Okay,
All right,
one
so,
down.
I guess I just I actually grabbed what was her name that I killed?
The Lily.
Why
I
would you?
I grabbed the other half of Lily and says, "Well, I guess this is what we call a shish kebab."
God.
And then I just stab her right in the chest.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You just have
Oh,
a fairy
wow.
chick on your sword now.
Okay,
And then I
question.
just stab the other lady with it and be like, "Don't you want to be close to your friend in death?"
Oh my God. She looks at you in pure and utter horror at the moment. Elf 1 and 2 will switch places because Elf 2 is on top. and she's going to attempt to shoot Roasted. And does so indeed, dealing another 4 damage to him. As she's like, "You sick abomination!" As she like stabs you with it. She doesn't even shoot you with the arrow. She just stabs you in the chest with it. Good.
I feel like
golly.
I'm such an evil bastard.
It's so good though. All right, Burnett, you just watched Roasted be horrifying. This chick is now.
I'll do one more roll and then I'm done.
Yeah, this chick is now practically riding her friend, who also has a bow but isn't able to use it properly at the moment.
I think I'm just gonna stab straight through both of them.
Jesus Christ! All right. Roll your damage. Either roll another d20, see whether or not you can actually get through the first one. You can't. You do manage to go through the first one's chest frame, but she does angle her body, which is incredibly painful, by the way, so I'm actually going to make it do another 1 damage, so he doesn't actually hit her friend. Which is unholy amounts of painful. Your friend, seeing this, attempts to shoot you with her own bow, and misses.
And misses.
She is at a very awkward angle under her friend's ass. Alright, Rogue. You are seeing a horrifying pain orgy, I guess.
At this point, my character's just like, I'm not sure if I should be fearful of you or the other guy you met earlier. So
she's like, wait, who did you meet earlier? The green one.
Ilwyn.
Oh, you met him? He's a douche.
Yeah, it definitely is. Talks his mouth off, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, how about we make you a deal? She looks at Roasted, who has his sword inside of her chest flame. How about you take my spleen and give it to him?
Sorry about this, but I'm not gonna betray a dealer like that. And if we betray him, yeah, I'm afraid it might not end well for us. Sorry.
That's fair. Well, you guys will possibly have to die. Sorry. The Red Wanderer is like, why are you sorry? They're stabbing you.
Okay. It's my turn, I guess.
No, I've gone yet. So yeah. Anyways, well, if that's the case, and I've been well, if I'm one that's gonna die,
don't ever. What is that old saying? Don't cheat someone out of a deal.
True. So,
don't treat.
Well, I guess I have no other choice but to attack with fire magic.
All right, roll that d20 yet again, good sir.
Oh damn!
Almost yeah, so you did roll fairly low. Roll once more to see whether or not your lag affects you, or if you just kind of sputter on the ground. Your lag does not
protected
affect
from
you,
a
shockingly. So your fire like comes out, and instead of going towards you, it just flops on the ground like a weird putty. It's kind of awkward.
That's not supposed to happen.
Let's see what I roll.
13. All right.
That would have been cool if I got 13.
I was really hoping for it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Ooh.
Oh god. Alright, she is on death's door at this point, practically.
So I push my sword through her gut, and I just jump and kick the sword down.
Jesus Christ. Her
And be
swirl
like-
of pain is quite excessive.
And I say, sorry about this, lady, but a deal's a deal. And you know what? Don't try to rip off Skyrim here, buddy.
She falls down onto her friend, who is in a very awkward and uncomfortable and gross position.
I will roll one last time, and you can just do this for me, because I know this battle's probably going to end. So I'll roll one last time so you can use whatever you want.
Oh boy. Well, I can tell you, you're now unconscious.
Well, okay.
So hey, there you go. That's why you had to leave. She pulls out her bow. She's bleeding out at this point. There's like no saving her. She pulls out her thing. She's like, "Don't cheat death, but try again." And she like shoots you through the chest frame with it's like practically a ballistic arrow at this point, and she just like rips through your chest frame.
Well, at least I'm knocked out, and at least they're almost dead too.
Yeah, she's bleeding
true.
out on the ground at this point. You are completely out cold, which works
So,
since
yeah,
you have to go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you all later.
She
Yeah.
got
See you
revenge.
later.
Yeah. Well, at least I killed her friend, and that was a pretty cool kill.
That was a really cool
True.
call, actually. She did the same thing to you too, with the same moves.
Yeah, but not. But not.
I know.
All
Oh,
right,
that's
you guys enjoy.
fantastic. All
Okay.
right, peace, man. All right, so let me remove his thing. All right, so Burnett, you just watched her practically eviscerate your friend's chest frame. She's bleeding out. Her entire stomach to crotch area is just soaked with blood. Her friend below her, drenched in blood at this point. She's attempting to push her friend off of her. So what would you like to do?
I'm actually going to roll to see whether I decide if I'm going to attack or freeze one of them.
Both work.
Which will probably freeze both of them together, in all honesty.
Your magic, just like rogues. Unfortunately, you started puttering out some ice and whatnot, but the red one pushes the green one off of her, and you accidentally miss and shoot right between the two of them. Unfortunately.
Actually, I was just seeing which one I decided to do.
Oh.
I wasn't using it immediately.
I'll do a 1d2 for that next time. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm going for the odds. I was going 1 through 10 attack, 11 through 20 freeze.
So you gonna attack?
Yeah, now I'm gonna roll for the attack.
Which I'm going to say murders her as the red one pushes her into the air. Just
Yeah,
stab the red one.
I'm just gonna slice her in half. It doesn't matter what it would have been instant anyways.
You barely kill her, but you barely kill her, but barely killing her is still killing her. So the red one just looks at you. She's like, "You do realize you have made a deal with the devil who wants to end your entire existence, right?"
I can freeze him in place. I don't care.
Unfortunately, someone else made a deal, so I had no say in it. Unfortunately.
Well,
So
and you guys do remember that Elwyn wanted her alive, not dead.
yeah, we do. Yep.
He said
either
dead
one's
or
fine.
alive.
They're
Dead or
alive,
alive.
probably alive. So
He wants to hear her scream, which is a disturbing thing to you guys,
Which is
regardless of the amount of murder you guys
vaguely
have committed.
disturbing. Yes.
Looks at your friend cutting someone in half and then shish kebabbing.
I don't know what to say. He does stuff like that.
So she looks at you. She's like, "If you want me alive, you can have me. I don't care."
yeah, it was kind of you're gonna die anyways. So
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would be coming with us alive. That was my goal. So
it'll just please him
my
anyways.
personal request would be for one of you two to stab me in the brain. That way, at least he is disappointed by something. But you know.
True. But can I ask one question?
Yes.
Was this guy the original Guardian?
We've had many Guardians over the years, but he is one of the originals. Most of the areas around the human city, where your kind lives, those 5 regions all have different Guardians, but some of them just have really long-lasting ones. Ilwyn just doesn't die. There's also one in the ocean biome who is the longest living creature that has ever existed. Most revere it as a god. We don't actually know if it still exists at this point, but it is a god. The one in the Firelands changes every time that the one in the Firelands dies.
We're responsible for that death, so
you are the new
they
guardian.
kind of killed.
The one in the ice biome is also one of the oldest creatures that has ever lived. The one in the bog is not quite the oldest creature, but it can't die at all.
I'm honestly surprised they chose to let Ilwyn live, considering the last fight.
Yeah,
Well, letting Ilwyn live isn't really a choice we can make. We shoot him and he
True.
gets back up. We stomp his balls into dust and he gets back up. We crush his brain into pieces and he has a backup brain just in case.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
6 hearts, so yeah, it's gonna be a
He also
tricky guy to
fakes his own
kill.
death sometimes, just to make things interesting.
Yeah, I
If,
don't put
if
it past
anything,
that
I would have
guy.
froze him. I would have froze him and let them kill him completely.
So
Oh, I forgot about their magic. Hold on. They are fairy creatures. She does not care enough to use her magic. Alright.
So,
She went
one
like,
last-
I just watched 2 of my friends die. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
do anything.
so one last question.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just say this. He, in exchange for you, he's giving us the pendant or whatever it is that
Mhm.
makes him a guardian, I guess. What'll
Mhm.
happen if he loses that?
Very little. The pendant is, as I can see you have one, is a doorway, essentially. If you pull all 5 of them together, it becomes a key. This key goes to one of the most diabolical monsters that have ever roamed this entire planet. Most call him the Demon Lord. Others call him a diabolical jackass. Others call him a sadistic jackass. Most just refer to him as a jackass. He is the only
Okay.
human that has ever existed that has gotten past the rankings of being an inferior human being. You may have noticed.
Okay.
Typically, you're inferior.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, he kept saying that. So
That's because your kind
Yeah.
doesn't really do anything besides be inferior. No offense meant to you, obviously, except all the offense to your friend. But your kind typically is just an inferior bunch of, humans.
None taken. Trust me, I
I'm
understand.
just gonna be using Roasted's healing crystal on him.
Yeah,
How did Rogue and I not take any damage?
I have
know,
no
right?
idea.
Critical on his chest frame. You guys just like, yeah, we're just not still over here. But yeah, she's like, it's basically a doorway in order to get to the Demon Lord's realm of sorts. He sits there because no one likes him.
I mean, I guess we're just gonna kill him anyways.
I mean, you're welcome to. There's always a Demon Lord, though, that pops up somehow. We just haven't had one recently because no one can kill all 5 creatures without dying. And then typically someone else gets the keys. Usually at that point, the Demon Lord comes down, starts slaughtering a bunch of civilizations, and then starts giving his portals to other people.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, we kind of had 3 teammates aside from myself. The third one, I don't know what we did with him. He's
Yeah, that's
usually riding my back.
yeah. Where is he? I haven't seen him all. Okay. Huh.
I guess we left him in the village or something.
Oh, must have. Yeah.
It's like,
like a
oh, we
little kid
lost our
anyway.
baby. Where? Yeah, it's somewhere in the village. He'll be fine. He's just a baby.
Yeah, should be fine. There's people looking over him.
He's extremely young-minded.
Ah. Well, best of luck in your adventures. I know you're going to kill me, but you guys seem like a nice bunch of fellows. I'm also covered in blood and about to be tortured for the rest of my existence, which will be a very short existence. But at least
True.
you guys were nice.
Yeah. True. So.
At least you came willingly.
Well, it was either come willingly or stab one of you in the back after I said I would come willingly, and you guys have been nice to me. I wouldn't do that to you. Except for your
we're
friend there,
generally-
I would stab him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, generally we're nice people aside from him. I'm not really sure what his deal is, but it seems to be on an evil stride this time. So.
She looks at
I've
the dead
had
body
people
of her
stab
friend.
me before.
I may stab him, though, she points to Burnett. He did slice my friend in half.
True. I don't really we don't know.
Well,
What's the word?
I didn't
Really?
have a tree in my defense.
True. And I don't blame you if you do that to him, because you did injure your friend. So.
Oh, don't worry.
Yes.
If you stab me, I'll just make sure to put you out of your misery.
Well, She pulls out,
It
grabs
wouldn't be
an
the
arrow.
first
Can
time
we
I
do
got
it?
stabbed.
She like pulls out an arrow. Sweet, please.
Do you want to see that arrow going through your down under?
Yes.
It'll be extremely painful, and I will
Not as
not kill you
painful as
with
what
it.
Elwyn will do to me.
I can make it painful, even worse than Ilwyn.
I can kill myself.
That's an
oh,
option.
Okay. Can we just go ahead and get on with this? Because well,
I
just
am
like-
the resident corpse carrier.
you are true, and if she tries anything, no, you'll deal with it. Because I'll be honest, I don't feel good about killing you. So,
Well, at least you're a half
The
decent
reason down a level.
human.
I
I am
No,
the
she
reason
said that
that
in a
we-
very mean tone.
Well, I am the reason we took down a 50-foot centipede.
true, but who knew bugs didn't like the cold?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm assuming you guys just kind of grab her and drag her to Ilwyn.
Yeah. At this
Yeah,
point, yeah,
more or less.
pretty much.
I'm just tying her up and carrying her.
So you guys eventually get back to Ilwyn with, Roasted's unconscious
3
body, but we'll
corpses.
ignore that now. As
We're
Ian
just carrying 3 corpses.
just drop the corpses on the ground, but the most important one, that one, is like, you found the little bitch. I call her that because she stepped on my nuts. You deserved it.
Yeah. As a gentleman, I have to say you might have deserved it, but no, that's my gentleman, mindset.
Yeah. It's always nice being a gentleman at times, especially when you grab someone's head, rip it off, and make them their gentleman. Did you know that if you start touching somebody's brain, you can make them act differently? I like making people act differently, like putting them like puppets. If you put a bunch of their brain parts to like strings, you can actually control their bodies. I do it until they break their arms. It's fun.
Okay, that's intriguing.
So, Ilwyn,
Yes.
may I have the pendant, please?
Oh yeah, this stupid piece of crap. You also may notice that they're treating it very differently than the other. The other guy gave you like a sense of like honor, like this is the most important thing that you can possibly have. Ilwyn's just like, yeah, I don't care. Here you go.
Okay, I thought it'd be harder than that to get this, but
You gave me what I want. I gave you what you want, and if you find anything of particular interest, just bring it back to me, and I'll experiment on it. Especially the
Well-
older it gets, probably the more advanced it is. So if I get to discover how it works, I can make
How
myself
about the
invincible.
Demon Lord?
we'll keep that in mind.
If you find that sadistic son of a bitch, I will personally experiment on his dick.
Well, you can join us for that.
Just
We're
bring him
just
back.
gathering to take him on.
Just bring him back to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would start ripping out your spinal cord and start playing with it like a flute if I joined you.
Yeah.
Turns out, if you hollow somebody's spinal cord, you can make it a really nice didgeridoo.
I'm pretty sure the Demon Lord would be far more fun to experiment on than us.
Most likely.
Bring him back to me if you can. I would love to start playing didgeridoo on his dick. And by that, I
we'll
mean
try
I'll
to.
have her squish it with her fucking boot or something. But don't worry. She'll be fine. I won't be fine. She'll be fine.
I doubt that, but okay. Well, you've pretty much given us what we came here for. So.
I'm glad you joined me. It was a very interesting not fight with you. I hope you enjoyed whatever you did to these horrible creatures. We're not horrible creatures, we're fairies. Yeah, whatever. And yeah, hopefully you guys have some fun with wherever you go to next. Which could be where are you guys going next exactly?
Where?
Let's roll 1d3 and find out.
Yeah.
For the
Bog,
Frost-
ocean,
bog,
bog,
1
ocean,
for the bog,
tundra.
2 for the ocean.
Oh, you guys
3
wanted to
for
leave the bog for last, didn't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
just
thought it
roll
was
1d2, frost or ocean.
Oh.
Okay.
Be hilarious if you both got frost and ocean.
One. I was
Alright.
about to say, is it going to show anything?
So that's frost.
Watch him roll a
R.
1.
Slash R1, space 1d.
D2. No, that's 3. 2. Okay, let's see what happens.
Anything?
And
Oh.
2.
Now roll a slash R, 1d2, see what happens. You want to roll? Alright, you
I
guys
was
go
about
into
to
the
ask
ocean.
the same question.
Okay, so 2. Okay, so
Yeah,
Well,
that would
let's
be
hope
the
I
ocean.
don't sink.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
let me roll to see if I have any buoyancy.
so
I
do
do
you guys
not.
tell them that you guys are going to the ocean?
I don't see the harm of it. I mean,
Do you want the ocean?
Ooh, the
Guardian.
ocean is one I haven't really experienced a lot. If you guys do go to the ocean, it's not actually a massive ocean. It's actually a bunch of islands dotting a massive ocean. So it's a little bit difficult to rest. But most of the creatures they find in those islands are much less scary than the things inside the ocean. So don't take a dip in the ocean. The guardian that's over there is well, from what the inhabitants of that ocean biome says, it's a god. It is the oldest living life form on the planet. I don't exactly know how it works, but I would love to explore it. A literal living god. I wonder if I can eat it.
Probably.
I wonder if that would give me superpowers. No,
I
I'd probably
wonder
have
what
to
kind of
discover its brain.
I wonder what kind of creature it is, actually.
Yeah, so if you go in
I mean,
there,
if you want.
it's an actual living god. If you want to explore on how to find it, since it lives in the ocean, I would suggest talking to some of the inhabitants. They find it every now and again. I think they throw children into the ocean sometimes.
Ooh,
I don't know, some kind of sacrificial ritual.
I wonder if we can throw some orphans. We'll have to make some orphans, but we can throw some orphans.
Making orphans is a lot of fun, and not in the way that most people would think. You see,
So,
you find a
Dylan.
woman, you make her give birth, and then you stab the woman, making an orphan. Class 101, pay me $50.
Actually, got to kill the father, too.
Well, I mean, you could, or you could make the father have more children, and then you can stab him after watching him give birth to more children. And then maybe you replace his insides with a womb, and then have him get pregnant, and then stab him too.
Hey, Ilwin,
Yes.
why don't you do those kinds of experiments with, what's her name?
Well, I don't have a male in order to make her into a male and then rip off her dick.
Artificial? Artificial is always an option.
I could use a bug. Could give her a bug dick.
like,
You have fun with that, Ilwin. You have fun with that.
You notice the look of pure horror and terror that's on her face.
Like I said, girlie, I can be a bit more interesting.
Oh boy. Anyway, so he's like,
Alongside.
yeah, so he's like, so have fun there. Be warned, is very dangerous over in the ocean. The creatures are very likely to stomp on you. You may notice why I say when they're quite big, but always do remember the things in the ocean are truly what's scary.
True. Hey, Ilwin,
Yes.
would you like a piece of the Ocean Lord if we do manage to kill him?
If
See
you
it
can, if you
tastes
can
any
find
good?
the ocean creature, bring it back to me. Yeah, I'd love to explore her brain or any part of her body. I don't really know how it works. I don't even know what kind of body it would be. I don't think we've ever seen actual reports of what it looks like. Fascinating.
I could bring you some pieces. If you want to try it, you can try it uncooked, cooked, or
Oh,
sauteed.
absolutely. Bring me its brain or whatever body part it has. I would love to experiment on it. Maybe I can put it inside of me. Ooh.
That would be interesting.
Depends on if the parts would be compatible. But if the parts are compatible, be my guest.
You may notice he's a little bit psychopathically crazy.
Oh yeah, sociopathically actually, but
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
both. He is perfectly willing to murder people for no particular reason. But anyways, so yeah, so let me. So I'm assuming you guys are going to teleport back to your home base at this point, or are you guys going to just walk from here to?
Yeah, pretty much to
We'll probably have to
everyone's-
walk to go find Mal.
yeah.
Yeah, right. There is a little spot here, so you guys can't just easily cross over into the ocean biome here.
Yep.
There are in this little area here. There's actually it starts to dot into more ocean land, more or less.
Okay.
More or less, this is where your actual boss will be. But because it's an ocean creature, just like Ilwyn, it can be literally anywhere. For example, you guys are like right here.
Uh-huh.
Not right here. You guys could have gone all the way over here if your lag was super bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you could potentially find the ocean god anywhere inside the ocean, depending on who you talk to, what you guys actually do, and your lag. Also, what creatures like the Abhorrent Admirer and the Fresh Out of Mercy guy follow you as well. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
true.
Speaking of,
We did not find. Well, I did not find Mal.
you did
Rogue, you
not
wanna see
find
if
him
you
very easily.
Find Mal.
Yeah, I can try. Let's see if I can find him. I did not find him as well. You kicked him well out of arm's reach.
You kicked him quite far, and your lag does in fact cast screw you over today. Shockingly,
Oh dear, what?
as you're trying to find him, you realize that there are many trees that are now spinning.
Oh no, not this BS again.
Yeah, they're spinning on the ground, and it's just all around you, and like everywhere you go, it's just like spinning. You don't even know how it's physically possible for these trees to be spinning like this, but they're smacking each other and shit like that. It's weird.
Good God, what is this lag? It's like atrocious.
Wait. I found a lone tree and just started spinning around on it.
Your game is having a little bit of difficulty understanding what exists. You notice there's a centipede like on like 3 of these trees, and its body is like contorting into the weirdest ass shapes as the tree is spinning at like Mach 5.
This lag is what is this? I don't understand.
You have a faulty version.
Wait, can you see if I go flying because of the spinning onto like one of the islands over here?
Oh god, how far would you go?
I have no clue. Let's find out.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Where do I land? Where do I land?
You land like all the way over here, or in this floating island.
Wow. Look. Oh.
You just see him fly.
Oh. I might as well get out of this place too, because this place is gonna give me a migraine with all this spinning.
I mean, I took a good portion of the walk off.
So
For you, maybe, but for me, well,
Well, you have the option to try it.
I don't think that I'll just rock
it.
instead. Thank you very much.
One. He'd probably land like right here if he hit a 1.
Yeah, I'd probably rocket to the moon, knowing me and my leg and whatnot.
So
If
you do
you
quickly
rocketed
find
to the moon,
you do
wow.
quickly find Mal, and you do pick him up. He is quite light actually. And of course you're dragging Roasted slowly along with you because Burnett ditched you.
I mean, I had him tied to my back, so.
Oh god.
Oh man.
You land on top of the thing, and Roasted just like slams into the side of it.
Oops.
So now you get to walk.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
He's got like 2 health at this point.
So next episode we will look at what happens when you guys walk over to the ocean biome and see what the horrifying abomination that we call the weird god of the sea, the Broshan, god of the Broshan, Brosidon, that's what his name is now. Brosidon, god of the Broshan. You guys will find it hilarious when you see the picture my sister drew for it.
Oh no.
Because it's not bro.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh dear, this is gonna be a treat right here.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see that on next episode, go check out and go check out the heroes side as well. If you guys want to see the other pictures that my sister has drawn, she's a really nice artist. But she usually does stuff in like anime kind of styles. So it's really interesting to see her thing connecting with everything. And we shall see how you guys fare inside of an ocean with unknown creatures that are lining these horrifying land masses as well, because he did tell you to be wary of the size of the creatures in here, because this place is all about evolution. But of course the ocean is scarier, so be wary of that. You may have to go into the ocean sometimes, but potentially, hopefully, you don't have to. Otherwise, you may die. But that's besides the point. But okay, so we shall see what happens on the next episode. Auf Wiedersehen.
Later, guys.
Peace.